Alright, welcome to the Anchorage review. This ship is, well, brand new, and you could get it for pretty cheap. I think it was like 3,000 doubloons. So I think a lot of people have this ship. I hope it's alright. I'm going to run these two games for you at 2x speed because, I don't know, I don't think smoked up HE spam is particularly interesting as something to watch. So I think this ship is really good. For just right out of the gate, I think this ship is easily one of the best tier 8 cruisers. Honestly, this ship could be at tier 9 or 10 with how good it is. Because as you can see, we're in tier 10 matchmaker here. And both these games are actually tier 10. And this game's actually going to have a cyclone as well. So pretty much like the worst case scenario for a bottom tier cruiser. And we do pretty well. So this ship essentially has New Orleans guns, but you get 12 of them. And you get a smoke screen on a somewhat similar to Baltimore or Buffalo hull. And this is really good. A lot of people are very focused on the fact you don't have Des Moines or Baltimore or Buffalo AP. But your AP is still really good. It's not like New Orleans AP is bad. It's still really good AP. As well as the HE is of course the same. The shells are the exact same. They just have a like 2% worse fire chance than the Des Moines shells, something like that. So as you can see, we can get some pretty solid damage numbers out of them, even on tier 10 battleships. These torpedoes are insane also, by the way. They're amazing for zoning and like making sure people don't YOLO into you. As you can see, that Smallland unfortunately got caught by one of them, and they have like a nearly 20k alpha damage, and they go 10 kilometers, or just over 10 kilometers, sorry. So they're pretty solid. But here, this is the overpowered part about this ship, right here. Battleships pushing into you, they can't. They just straight up can't push into you. You have an 8-kilometer smoke fire range, so we're more than safe here. And like they just literally can't push into you. Like, it's crazy to me that this is okay on a single ship to have this much firepower. You essentially have a Togo's firepower, but you get to smoke up whenever you want to and just farm for 2 minutes. You get 3 of these smokes. You know, it's crazy to me. And even when we do get spotted, this ship is hard to kill when it's angled because you have 27 millimeters of armor, so you can actually bounce a lot of, you can bounce 380s. And as long as you stay angled, most ships that overmatch you aren't going to deal tons of damage. And as you can see, you can even play it around your smokes, behind your smokes, that kind of thing. There you go, double fire. So it's crazy to me how this is in the game. Like, I thought Wargaming learned their lesson when dealing with Smolensk, Kutuzov, Belfast. Like, it's smoke and cruiser HE don't mix. Like, that should not be in a single ship. A single ship should not be able to do this. So the Cyclone's coming in, so we're gonna have a little bit of an issue here. But I mean, we already have 82,000 damage. Like, an arsonist on that guy. Like, come on, man. Like, this ship is nuts, bro. It's actually insane how strong this ship is. 89k now. It's crazy to me that this was printed. I don't know. I feel like cruisers are just so easy to play. I don't know. I play battleships all the time, as you guys know, and they're so difficult to play. At least in an aggressive way. Sure, you can camp the back of the map, but that's so boring. But like cruisers, man, and DDs, they're unbelievably easy to play. You literally just push in with your great concealment, and then you turn out so you're angled away kiting, and then you reverse towards the enemy, farming them with HE or AP if they give broadside. As you can see, AP is pretty solid. You know, we killed that rune. And a Des Moines about to come around the corner, and well, sure, we don't have his same AP. We still have 12 American AP shells. It's... They do some damage, and he's at not a crazy angle, but there you go. 2 Citadels, 10k damage. You know, we don't want to get a prolonged fight with a Des Moines, let's be honest. But, and there you go. 106k to 117k. So just with full pens, we did 10,000 damage there. Right, so sure, this reload's long, and everybody's going to complain about that. But you got to remember, Atago has 10 guns with a 16-second reload. This has 12 guns with a 15.5-second reload. And you get smoke. Right? Like, Atago, sure, gets a heal and slightly better armor and slightly better maneuverability. But you get 3 American smoke screens. And you get a spotter plane. You get a spotter plane! It's insane! Like, you saw me farming that Ohio at the beginning, and we got out to like 18 kilometers of range with this. And if you can aim, which I think I can, it's pretty easy to hit stuff out at those ranges, especially battleships. Sure, you're not going to hit cruisers or destroyers at those ranges, but battleships, for sure, man, for sure. Like, this ship just has it all, man. It literally just has it all. In the spotter plane slot, you can slot hydro if you're concerned about torpedoes. I'm not particularly concerned about torpedoes because, I mean, if I'm in my smoke and I'm farming away, hopefully I have the awareness to to know where the DDs are. So, as you can see, the smoke isn't particularly useful in a cyclone when our spotting in smoke after shooting is 8 kilometers in an 8 kilometer cyclone. But, as you can see, you can just angle to things. Like, sure, the Ohio would kill us eventually, but I mean, we're using the 8 kilometer range to just kind of use minimap shooting and deal a bunch more damage. We're up to 140,000 damage, right? Like, it's a tier 8 in a tier 10 game in a cyclone. Like, that's the worst case scenario. And we clap people. By the way, this is my first game. Like, I didn't even have practice with this ship. Like, I don't know, man. I can't believe it. I can't believe how unbelievably easy these things are. And I know not every game is going to be like this, but it's a little strange to me that in the worst case scenario for a tier 8 cruiser, we're dealing huge amounts of damage like this. Top score, that kind of thing. Yeah. So in this game, I'm asking my DDs to smoke up for me, which is, I mean, huge if I can get an extra smoke out. And of course, we actually get one, which is really cool. Not of course, but we actually end up getting one. As you can see, we have 3 destroyers here, so we just have to win over here. So I'm pretty focused on helping with my DDs. That's why I asked them to smoke, so that I can get up close here with them and help them with these DD fights. And then we're just going to farm battleships because it's so easy. You're not spotted. I mean, sure, we take a torpedo, but that's essentially just helping our reload at this point. I don't know, man. You're going to see how much damage we do in such a short amount of time, man. Like, we're already at 35k, and it's 3 minutes into the game. Or, sorry, 40k. So, remember, it is double speed, so it does take twice as long, but just keep an eye on the timer as far as timestamps, as far as the game is concerned, and how much damage we do. It's just ridiculous how good and easy these cruisers are. Like, that was 5,000 damage on a Yamato at 14 kilometers, and again, at another fire. Like, there's 2 fires. And sure, he's gonna put him out, right? And it's like, oh, well, he's almost out of my range. Well, guess who has a spotter plane and has 18.7 kilometers of range now? And is gonna get instant fires on you because that's how HE works. Right? Like, come on, man. It hurts me when these things happen because I know the feeling of that Yamato player. I know how much it sucks, and there just feels like there's nothing you can do, and there really isn't, aside from run away. Like, that's your only play, is either to run away, or to have someone radar, or, you know, proxy spot with a DD inside 8 kilometers, this thing. This thing is just that good, even in tier 10. I don't know, I feel like battleships just suck, man. They just are terrible, a terrible class, you know? And I enjoy playing them. Like, I don't really enjoy this whole HE spam thing. Like, look at this, we're at 100,000 damage, and we just crossed over the 14-minute mark. You know, at 6 minutes, 100k in a tier 8. Right? Like, is there something wrong there? And now you might think, oh, these games are just cherry-picked. No, these games were back-to-back. I literally just got the ship, played 2 games, and thought, this seems a little overpowered. Like, now sure, things run away from you, right? So that's a problem. Of course, the ship isn't going to do well when people just run. But you're fast enough that you can just reposition to the other side of the map, right? We're done at C. Or D, sorry. There's 4 caps on this map. So now, where are the enemy likely to push from? Oh, they're likely to push from B to A, because that's the push they have to make. Our Pomberan's all alone, and they have pretty good presence here. So, what's going to happen is, these guys are going to start to think they're going to push, and there's this wide open gap that they have to push across, and guess who's going to be there to meet them? Like, it's not hard to, like, see what's going to happen in the future of these games, man. Another double fire on a Soyuz. Like, come on. Ugh. Can you hear the pain? It's just too easy to play. It's just too easy to play, man. Look at, you push towards them, you turn out in cover so that people can't blap you in cover, and then guess what you get to do? Right as they're about to shoot you, you get to smoke up and for free farm these guys. You stay angled, the Pommern literally can't do any damage to me. And sure, the Soyuz might blind fire me, but, I mean, that's not going to be particularly accurate. Right? And we're just literally rotating fires on these guys. We're tending to our crops. Because that's what battleships are. They're just a crop to be harvested at this point. This is a tier 8 cruiser, by the way. In case you forgot, 160k, tier 8 cruiser. Tier 8 cruiser. And most tier 8 cruisers, it took me a while to get over 150k damage. Like Atago when I got it. Now, I wasn't as good a player, but like, I think tier 8 cruisers, it should be difficult to get over 150k damage, I think. And yet, like, I've played 2 games in this ship. Because you get stupid spotter play that lets you just clap people with fires, and I don't know what else to say, man. Like, just get this ship if you don't have it. It's just, it's broken. HE spam from Smoke is just broken in a single ship. It's so good that back in the day, you used to have 2 ships to coordinate together. And now, for some reason, Wargaming's printing ships that just get to do it all at once. So that's what you get to do. You just get to, you know, farm out tier 10s and clap everything in the match. And sure, you rely on some spotting, but generally people are going to be spotted. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you like the Anchorage if you get it. It's kind of insane.